Hi, good people. First, I want to thank all my subscribers and those taking time to like my video. Watch this video.
Jay reach out yet? Nah, Pop. He ghosting.
Even though Jay-Z has been quiet about Diddy since it all started going downhill for him, it looks like the two of them might still be in contact. Recently, a phone call between Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly got leaked, and it doesn't sound like Jay-Z will actually be helping his old friend anytime soon. But what exactly was said in that alleged phone call?
Language.
Nah. With all due respect, my brother, how is your wife doing? I heard she's spending a lot of time on the farm, and she loves talking to a pig. I told you when I went on this little road trip, I wasn't going to invite you, but I could change my mind. You understand?
The term pigs is believed to refer to law enforcement officials, indicating Diddy's possible displeasure or apprehension regarding police involvement in his case. Likewise, road trips appears to be a euphemism for imprisonment or potential legal repercussions, used to subtly convey warnings or threats.
Everything all good, we just can't talk right now.
Now how about I just talk and you listen? You told me the storm would just come and go if I lay down and stay quiet, but the weather seemed to be getting worse. You know, I could be catching a cold, so I need to make sure you send me some vitamin E and my special K cereal.
The mention of needing vitamin E and Special K cereal seems to be coded language. In the context of the call, these phrases could represent resources, support, or specific assistance Diddy needs from Jay-Z.
My wife did a few movies, didn't she?
Okay, that was a long time ago, Puff. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Hey, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
You'll see, when I hosted for Diddy,
Yeah.
you asking the wrong person the wrong question.
I kept a sample in case you needed.
Oh, really? Listen, don't push your limits, Puff. I ain't the one to play with. You in there, and I'm out here.
Diddy's time in prison is now entwined with accusations of illicit influence within the institution. It is alleged that he uses other inmates as intermediaries to convey messages to those outside the prison, thus bypassing established communication procedures. This purported manipulation of the prison system brings into question the true extent of his authority, even while incarcerated. If these claims prove true, they reveal a deliberate attempt to shape the public perception of his legal battles. A particular concern is the allegation that Diddy employed prohibited methods to contact individuals not on his approved list. He is accused of exploiting other inmates' phone codes to facilitate three-way calls. This strategy constitutes a breach of prison regulations and demonstrates a blatant disregard for the established rules. The potential consequences of such actions are serious, suggesting that Diddy may have been engaged in a calculated effort to sway witnesses or secure advantageous statements while imprisoned. These assertions further indicate Diddy's alleged ability to persuade or intimidate individuals even within the prison walls. Reports suggest he has hired inmates inside the penitentiary to act as messengers and go-betweens in his communications. Such interference raises concerns about the fairness and accountability of the prison process. This scenario has led prosecutors to argue against bail for Diddy, citing his continued ability to control events surrounding the case from within prison walls. So suggests Diddy is aware of the precariousness of his position and is taking calculated measures to communicate indirectly. Among the most serious accusations leveled against Diddy are claims that he sought to intimidate witnesses involved in his ongoing legal proceedings. Reports indicate he leveraged his influence to silence individuals who might provide detrimental testimony or coerce them into delivering statements that support his defense. This alleged conduct forms a cornerstone of the prosecution's argument against granting Diddy bail, as it displays a blatant disregard for due process and raises serious doubts about his willingness to manipulate the case from within prison walls. The consequences of these allegations expand beyond Diddy's case. If they do not feel safe or are forced to silence their witness, a very dangerous precedent is being set by the justice system. With the witness intimidation comes a sense of lack of faith in the legal institution to bring the most powerful individuals into account. These allegations are, thus, a way of drawing the focus of the courts into a need for very severe measures to ensure that a fair trial is done without manipulation or coercing, no matter how great or big the resources of the defendant may be. The role of the DA in leaks. By specifically targeting platforms with significant cultural influence, he demonstrates a deliberate effort to frame himself positively in the public eye. The mention of being portrayed as a good father adds a personal touch, likely intended to humanize him and garner sympathy amid his legal troubles. This focus on image management reveals a calculated attempt to manipulate public sentiment, which could influence potential jurors or sway the broader narrative around his case. Diddy is trying to make it as if he's a good father, but the district attorney, DA, has been instrumental in bringing the accusations against Diddy to the forefront. From initiating charges to presenting evidence of his alleged wrongdoing, the DA has been a key figure in the legal proceedings. However, this case has been beset by reports of substantial leaks, including video recordings of court proceedings and intercepted phone calls surfacing online. These leaks raise serious questions about the security of the judicial process and whether outside forces are compromising the case's integrity. A shocking turn of events occurred with the DA's abrupt resignation during what is arguably the most prominent trial of their career. This unexpected departure has fueled speculation about whether external pressures, such as intimidation or political maneuvering, contributed to the decision. Critics contend that stepping down at such a crucial juncture weakens the prosecution and could hinder the pursuit of justice. This resignation adds another layer of complexity to an already contentious legal battle. Now, case specifications have allegations that the leaks turned out to be intentional and/or facilitated by individuals because they wanted to sway the public perception. Tape-recorded jail calls are out online supposedly of Diddy, and these have him using coded language and contacting witnesses. Such sensitive materials found into the public domain have only raised eyebrows in the direction of the DA's office, because it opens questions on how that much evidence could come out and freely circulated. These occurrences showcase one of the innumerable challenges that the DA finds in controlling a case as broad as this. Apart from the above, the leaks also risk placing the evidence in jeopardy and making it more difficult for the prosecution to win a conviction. This rice issue of leaks, coupled with the resignation of the DA, calls for broader safeguards in dealing with matters of such high-profile reputation, but only for investigation purposes, and at the least possible distractions. Social media missteps and public perception. Diddy's use of social media during his imprisonment has garnered considerable attention, adding a layer of intricacy to his legal predicament. Despite counsel from his legal team to avoid public pronouncements, Diddy disregarded their advice and engaged in online posts designed to shape public opinion. A prime example is his birthday social media campaign, which featured a touching video of his children expressing their affection. While seemingly innocuous, such actions have raised questions about their suitability given the gravity of the charges against him.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
We love you too.
These posts were allegedly part of a calculated effort to portray Diddy as a devoted father and a positive influence, aiming to sway public sentiment. However, this tactic appears to have had the opposite effect, with critics and prosecutors arguing that these actions diminish the seriousness of his situation. By continuing to post from prison, Diddy has not only exasperated his legal team, but also risked alienating potential jurors who might interpret his actions as insensitive or manipulative. The contrast between lighthearted family videos and serious accusations creates a dissonance that damages his public image. The controversy surrounding these posts is compounded by allegations that Diddy ignored warnings from his lawyers about the risks of engaging in social media campaigns. His insistence on controlling his public narrative demonstrates a prioritization of personal branding over legal strategy. Prosecutors have highlighted these missteps as evidence of his disregard for the seriousness of the charges, further bolstering their argument that Diddy's behavior cannot be controlled, even while incarcerated. Ultimately, Diddy's social media missteps reveal a broader challenge of managing public perception during high-profile legal cases. Parties such as these may have meant to humanize themselves and gain sympathy through such conduct, but they invite criticism and skepticism. The mixed reception to his posts underscores the delicate balance between proffering public support and keeping with legal advice. Diddy further complicates his case with such action, while still possibly endangering the trust of both his legal team and the public. Celebrity connections and silence.
Everything good. Is Hollywood going to survive this Diddy thing? Like, where were they? Will you respond?
Diddy's network of celebrity associates has drawn considerable attention amidst his legal woes, particularly due to the noticeable silence from his famous friends. Notable figures like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, and others who frequently attended his gatherings have remained publicly tight-lipped, even when pressed by the media.
When you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
You'll see, when I hosted the Diddy, you asking the wrong person the wrong question.
This collective reticence has fueled widespread conjecture, with many wondering if these individuals are avoiding self-incrimination or distancing themselves to safeguard their own reputations. Their refusal to comment has created a narrative that some interpret as signaling their unease or potential entanglement in the controversies surrounding Diddy. Reports indicate that some celebrities close to Diddy attended his notorious freak-off parties, which have become central to the allegations against him. These gatherings, rumored to involve questionable and explicit activities, have allegedly been documented on video recordings obtained by authorities. The possibility that such tapes could feature well-known individuals has intensified speculation that Diddy may be exploiting his knowledge or evidence of these events to ensure their silence. This alleged power dynamic adds another layer of complexity and raises questions about the influence of secrets and power dynamics in shaping celebrity conduct.
You all need to speak out against this Diddy thing. What's your take now? John, you made a statement about Diddy. Hey, my man, do you have any reaction to the Diddy scandal? Any reaction? No reaction?
The silence of Diddy's Hollywood contemporaries underscores how precariously celebrities tread when publicly associated with a high-profile scandal. Publicity alone means that even a retirement or affliction from the entity may spell ill fortune. Through their silence, they will be those tragedies who would rather shun calamity in the forms of collateral damage from an already hot case. That silence has fueled conspiracy theories. Some of these say that Diddy might have dishonest information with which the celebrities fear getting unmasked.
Who wants to respond? Look at it. I want to ask about the Diddy scandal. Have you ever heard of anything such? No. Go. No? Is the Baldwin family at all concerned about Justin Bieber with this P. Diddy thing?
This is about that fine mixing of allegiance and self-preservation in brand management, all in the guise of public opinion. Some people will call that silent betrayal of their former friend, while others classify it as an evergreen strategic move in defense of personal interest. In any case, the famous absence of public support from Diddy's famous fans intensified the mystery surrounding the case itself. Questions out there go beyond the case for such cases, but also concern the responsibility of speaking in public against scandal-attached individuals within a circle, and whether silence amounts to being complicit. Blackmail and the alleged worm food. A particularly contentious element of Diddy's legal proceedings revolves around accusations of blackmail to manipulate potential witnesses. Worm food, a term Diddy allegedly employed during prison calls, is interpreted as a veiled reference to compromising information or material he holds over others. This cryptic expression, appearing repeatedly in recorded conversations, suggests Diddy may possess damaging evidence that he threatens to disclose unless his demands are met. Such accusations depict an individual willing to leverage any means to safeguard his interests.
I kept a sample in case you need it.
Listen, don't push your limits, Puff. I ain't the one to play with. You in there, and I'm out here.
Oh, and don't have another Kit Kat. It's bad for you. She made me gain weight. And get 44 on board again. Make him pull some strings again, or else.
Prosecutors have drawn attention to instances where Diddy allegedly wielded this worm food to coerce or silence witnesses and associates. One report alleges he threatened to release recordings of private gatherings involving prominent figures if they failed to comply with his wishes. These purported recordings, rumored to document compromising activities at his notorious freak-off parties, have become a central element of the scandal. The potential existence of such material has fueled conjecture that many individuals remain silent out of fear of personal or professional damage. This could mean that the whole deal of worm food not only implicates Diddy in blackmail, but also shows how much influence he still has while being incarcerated. He could duck or maybe shut up if he is holding, like, some sort of threat over someone who would testify against him. It also adds on to the prosecution's contention that everything does not include basic legal tactics. This is something that really looks as if he would be purposely and manually trying to obstruct justice, which complicates his case further and undermines his credibility in the public eye.
Diddy had deals before to get his friends out of prison.
Kid, he got powerful people. One of his partners who started his company with money, President Obama, got him out of prison. So it's not like he don't have no moves.
The larger question is whether these allegations of blackmail inspire a loss of power and influence with regard to abuse in high-profile cases. If so, then it can be said that wealth and access to networks have been turned into weapons of self-defense against culpability. What's more, such a threat probably acts as a chilling effect on witnesses and victims, all of which creates a serious rupture in the entire legal process. These accusations about worm food are launched as a path to evidence that might be helpful in determining the extent of Diddy's actions and the impact they have on the battle he is up against legally and his public image as events proceed. Celebrities staying quiet. The tone of the call is combative, with Diddy portraying himself as someone backed into a corner, ready to retaliate with nothing to lose. His reference to Jay-Z as daddy might be a mocking term, suggesting tension or an attempt to undermine Jay-Z's confidence. The phrase, "you already ruined my name," implies that Diddy feels betrayed or wronged, blaming Jay-Z for tarnishing his reputation. Diddy's comments about Oprah staying quiet, Ellen moving to another country, and Leonardo DiCaprio being in Fiji suggest that he is leveraging the actions of high-profile figures to imply deeper, conspiratorial underpinnings. These statements are vague, but aim to portray Diddy as someone with insider knowledge or connections that bolster his claims of influence. The line, "you going against somebody who got nothing to lose and everything to gain," underscores Diddy's defiance and the notion that he is in a desperate position. This could be a veiled warning to Jay-Z, suggesting that Diddy might take drastic actions. The mention of bypassing modern communication with a letter on a bird adds a dramatic flair, emphasizing his resourcefulness and determination despite perceived setbacks. This call, whether factual or fabricated, fuels the narrative of escalating conflict and tension between two of the music industry's biggest icons, making it a compelling subtopic for your video. The fallout.
First of all, Puff, you need to watch your mouth. You know who you talking to? Second of all, this the that got you in the first place. You always think that you're bigger than what you really are. You need to stop trying to bite the hand that feeds you, and you wouldn't be in this position. And you don't got what you think you got.
These conversations, while unverified, have sparked intense public debate, offering a dramatic lens into the lives of two of music's most influential figures. For Diddy, the calls paint a picture of a man defiant in the face of legal and reputational collapse. His alleged use of coded language, manipulation of prison systems, and references to worm food hint at a deeper web of influence and control, even from behind bars.
I hope you watched the video from beginning to the end. It's important. Please remember to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you.